Hello world, I am back and it's with a ScrawlrBox. This month is kind of a weird one for me, both with the contents and how it all turned out. I got really excited about finding out that we were getting gouache due to reasons I want to talk about a bit later. But first, we're jumping into the challenge of the month, and it is Face of Emotion. And what better subject for me to get back into things than with a portrait? Yeah, I fought the sketch on this one quite a lot because I wanted to have a clear expression of emotion, but it's not really my forte, it's not really something I've been practicing a lot, but I want to practice. Anyway, I fought until I remembered that I could just take a photo of my own face and use that as a reference. And it turned out, might I add, into quite a great sketch. And it's a great sketch which I immediately proceeded to ruin with my non-existent skills with gouache. You see, I've been saving learning the medium for a time where I felt like I was in a rut with my other favorite mediums. I've avoided tutorials, I've avoided tips and tricks because I really wanted the medium for a cloudy day and for it to be new and exciting and not untainted, but something completely new. But I had heard that gouache acts much in the same way as two of my favorite mediums, which is acrylics and watercolor, and that I could get the best of both worlds. And I was ecstatic. But my experience was a different one, however, and I could only really get the worst of both worlds. Streaky washes, dry coverage. I don't know whether it was due to the paints, the brush, or my own ineptitude, but I was not having a good time. I finished the first attempt and went straight to YouTube to watch some tutorials, hoping something could help steer me in the right direction, and it kind of worked. For the second attempt, I was more controlling with the amount of water. I tried working the big areas more like acrylics and the shading more like watercolor, and it was better, but still not good. It seemed no matter what I did, I couldn't get the paint to that magical middle ground consistency where it's fluid enough to go on the paper in one swoop, but solid enough to not streak and keep the opaque qualities. And I couldn't get anything to blend. Either the colors layered on top of each other, or one color would overpower and drown out another, and when I did wanted clear bold lines, it felt as if the colors would just mix into each other on the paper, and I was really just at my wit's end. So I finished off my second attempt and decided it was time to remove the pressure of creating something finished and instead just, play around in the sketchbook. But even here I was not having that great of a time. But trying to give myself just a single positive experience, I proceeded with what I know best, an eye. And using the gouache more like a watercolor, I kinda like the outcome, but it's also a very small contained area, and I feel like it was when I went big, I couldn't really get the paint to do as I wanted. But I felt I needed to be able to get that bold opaque line, so I went on to the fourth and final attempt, if you can say it like that, and just tried mixing water to a good consistency and tried making lines, and at the end I really just gave up for now. I decided that this was a medium that I wanted to learn how to control. I'm still really excited about trying it out properly, but I feel like, kind of like with a lot of the more intimidating mediums like oil paints or pastels or stuff like that, and even with watercolors, it feels like I'm lacking some of the prior knowledge that will make this medium work for me. It feels like I'm not really using it in a proper way, and it kind of feels like I'm trying to force the paint to do stuff it doesn't want to do and stuff that it's not made to do. So I'm deeming this box a fail on the challenge, but with an open mind. I want to come back to this medium, but I'm gonna put it aside for now and work on other parts of my could you call it repertoire? I have no idea. Oh, anyway, I hope you had fun listening to my whining and bitching about me not being able to work this medium, and I shall see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye.